What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I am Casey. I am the Guardian Oracle 33. Welcome into the channel. Thank you, guys. This is just a space where we get together and we go over some things that come up in our super conscious minds. It's a space here where, yeah, you can be yourself. This is where all the misfits hang out. The good misfits, the magicians, and the Queen of Pentacles. Alright, so yesterday we did all signs, which for those of you that know me, oh good lord, you know, for me to get through an all signs, I don't know how girls just flip through it, you know, like my time management skills are suffering sometimes when I get on reads. I just feel like there's a message that needs to come out. I really can't just shut it off. And if I do, it kind of feels inauthentic. Hi Jason. What are you and Mr. Froggy up to? Cute little grandbaby. And those feet. A baby's got feet. Excuse me. Wait, I seen you posted something about that yesterday. Today is the last day of the Mayan long count Bactun calendar. Did I say that right? Alright, we're going to go earth signs, Jace, so surprise me. Who should we go first with? Hotshot was in here yesterday, and she was a Cappy. Let's go Capricorn for Hotshot. Hey, I love my viewers. I appreciate you guys hitting the like and subscribe button. That helps get the messages out there. Not only that, but it helps keep me in the algorithm, you know, and I want to be moving in a groove, and I want to be going with the flow, right? I'm just trying to fit in where I fit in. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, man, but sometimes I am. And if there's somebody out there needing a cup of tea, I'm your guy. Yeah, fuck, that's a whole cupful. Love waking up to a reading from your favorite reader, and you're like, fuck yeah, I get to have coffee and enjoy my morning, and I get some, you know, most of the time it's Cindy from the Awakened Tarot. God, I hope that's how you say it, but she's just so interesting to me. I love her. She's like the aunt I never had, you know what I mean? Essie, I'm just so happy you're here. We love you. We love you so much. You bring such a big smile to my face. Beautiful. Alright, let's go Cappy. Saturday. Sat is the cosmic. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I love it. Alright, here we go. Let's go for Capricorn. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels of the highest bright light. Thank you for being here. I asked that I would channel these messages to the highest vibrational frequency for the highest good of all. I ask for a clear connection, Archangel Michael, ask that you guard the gates as I channel these messages. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against me shall prosper. Beautiful bird flies up in the tree and is just hanging out. Gorgeous. And I found this feather. Make sure I'm not calling it a leaf. I don't know why I did that reed. Oh, don't get started. But anyways, I was walking out here and there she was. This isn't my regular table, so I've got a table outside. I'm like, okay, it's not blowing like two old Bettys out here, you know, shooting the shit. It's calm. So I'm like, I want to go outside. I don't want to be inside and be stuffed up. And you know, Capricorn, you could probably be feeling like that. You know, a sense of positivity backed with the confidence, Capricorn, that's really deep-rooted within you. And I feel like you're at this peak of being in this confidence after you have interactions and you are in nature. In whatever way, whether you're sitting in the grass, sitting by the tree, when you are watering your plants, you know, bringing more plants into the house. Capricorn, there is a thing here about watering your plants or bringing in, I'm hearing vegetation. Some of you, you know, I see a beautiful garden, you know, in ground. I'm talking to somebody who has a really good green thumb. You might not know it yet, but that is your connection. You're self-sustainable, Capricorn. You're self-sustainable, and you probably don't fit up to everybody's image, or what they would think or perceive. Or I think that you actually blow a lot of people's minds sometimes. The depth that you can go. Maybe you're a little more quiet, but when you do start getting into I'm hearing emotional sensitivity, you know, so, you know, a lot of Capricorns, they're very, they're very work-oriented. A lot of them are entrepreneurs. They're the face of the company. You know, Capricorns have a beautiful work ethic. Beautiful. They make great lawyers, paralegals. My sister's one. You know, most of my sisters are Capricorns. And I'll tell you what. Boy, you don't want to piss them off. When they're fucking mad, they're mad. They're big mad. You ever been around a pissed off Capricorn with probably like a Scorpio moon? And it's just a bad day, so back the shit up, alright? I'm like, alright. Hey, what's up, Finch fucker? Not today, motherfucker. And I'm like, alright, hope you have a good day. Hope you're not mad at me, right? Anybody else? Anybody else want some of this shit? Huh? Any of you? You know, Capricorns can be a little bullying. Alright, you got the Wheel of Fortune that comes out here. Definitely talking to the, I'm hearing Lucy in the sky. I don't know how the fucking song goes. Fuck. Wheels of the sky. The wheels in the sky keep on turning. Directional fortitude is what has propelled along. Okay, so in some way you found a sense of honesty within yourself to stand up, all right, speak your truth. Maybe truth can be kind of harsh sometimes, you know, you're kind of blunt, and this is what this energy feels like. But I think in some ways it's like, I don't think you're always this way, but I think in a certain situation, if not, you really make a stand here. And it's like, I'm hearing for the little guys. You know, Capricorn, you also have like a justice complex, you know, seeing people treated unfair, or, you know, when you hear people bicker behind other people's back with intent to do it, you don't like that, you know, and you don't like going along with that. And you really, somebody's saying you speak to them through music. I tend to take on more tasks than I can handle, so I can distract myself from my feelings until I fall into exhaustion or illness. I was so depressed. So you know what? It feels like maybe you haven't been able to tap into a part of you, and you're going to make a stand for whatever purpose or whatever way. But knowing you're not just doing it for yourself. You let a lot of shit go. You know, you've learned to choose your battles. You've learned to take on what you want and what you can't. You know, are Capricorns a cardinal sign? It feels very, you have learned enough and put up boundaries where need be. But it's like there's this essence of the past. For some of you, this is grief. This is something that you're carrying within yourself that feels hard. You know, it's kind of like you have been going through the day-to-day and you really haven't been enjoying life, and you really need to be honest with yourself, because that's the only honesty it feels like you can really expect at this point. And maybe your truth, maybe the stand that you take, you know, against whatever this is that you feel held back by, or, you know, in some sense deprived by. This could be love. This could really be missing somebody. Cards are wanting to fly. I feel so much unconditional love for you, the kind where I want to be happy even if I'm not with you. The Ace of Cups, you know. So love, perhaps, you know. I'm seeing epiphany with Archangel Raziel. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. I'm going to have to find like, I'm going to have to go find a few rocks, because my shit's going to fly everywhere. What? My shit? My cards. My shit and cards. Okay, don't go anywhere. Shh. Mum's the word. Easy win. Whoa, no. Easy. Be right back. hammer down. Soul fragments. Everything's wanting to go everywhere. Connection with nature. Let's talk about that too. Somebody here's been angry with God. The universe, the guides. You know, I'm talking to somebody here who is really to the point, it's like, I know, because I'm that person as well in many areas. You fucking work so hard and you try so hard at shit, and it's like almost they're showing me like forcing an energy, maybe not being noticing because you're ready for things to move and to move forward, and it's you have the vision and you see it. I think people feel frustrated, Alfredo. I like Alfredo. You could be really good at what you do, and it could frustrate others because the way that you know, you're very detailed in your mind, but it's the way that you're expressing it for some of you. For others of you, it's like you are really set. There is a infatuation here, if that's the word that I'm hearing, to animals that have passed, you know, working with animals. Your animals are very special to you. It feels like, you know, for some of you, there's a deep longing for that loyalty, for that kinship. Train yourself to listen to the small voice that tells you what's important and what's not. A true friend knows your weaknesses, but shows you your strength. Feels your fears, but fortifies your faith. Sees your anxieties, but frees your spirit. Recognize your disabilities, but emphasizes your possibilities. Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is somebody who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. And it's like, maybe you have had a bunch, you know, I'm not going to say a bunch. I think you're a giver. I think you overgive. For some of you, I think you have a hard time expressing losses, you know, in whatever way, whether this is grandparents, family members, on whatever level, whether they're still in your physical world but not, you know, you don't see them. The contact has been broken in whatever way. I think I'm talking to a Capricorn that feels somebody else on a soul level. This could be a sibling. This could be a friend, and in whatever way. Somebody here's thinking about trying to get something going for their family, you know, whether it's reunions or finding a way to bring things back, the kids back together, the nieces, the nephews, you know. I think somebody here maybe have put up some boundaries and now is kind of looking at where they are at, and how to move forward from that. You know, understanding that things change. Look like you do have some good luck coming with money here. And finances all together, feeling probably just a lot more grounded. I wonder if there isn't a big love that you're thinking about, or a very emotionally in tune side of yourself. You're really in your element, I want to say, and I'm looking at the water sign. You're really in your element, you know. When you just let it flow, excuse me. I don't know if you do work in the legal system in some ways, you know, and have been battling, you know, just corrupt people, corrupt things, whether this is at a job, a place, and it's just like, maybe that's what this will come to. You're going to have it out or speak something to somebody, and it's going to ignite something within them. And I think it's going to, what you think the reaction would be, I think you're going to get an opposite response. You are teaching others too, as well, what battles to fight and what not. I think you're somebody who believes in karma, and I think you're somebody who sees that, you know, even in your own life. So I think you're somebody who's really focused on planting good seeds. You know, really have always had a solid, beautiful heart at the core of you. You just probably had to grow up fast, you know. Maybe your joy comes from your children, or, you know, innocence. Some of you have a very big calling working with children, or just being there. There's very unique people that are on this planet being birthed right now, star seeds. Very ancient souls and some very new advanced souls that are really helping Gaia at this time. Nature to, I'm hearing it now, to preserve a specific agenda. Oh, whatever the end of this is, okay, for some of you, it could be a grieving process. You know what I mean? At some of you, you could be over drinking. You could be in your feelings because of a loss. It could be painful what you're going through. For some of you, you're just kind of got this misfit type attitude. You know, you're really in your element. You, when I say misfit, you're okay with kind of just being different at this point. Dogs and animals are so prominent in this reading. Like, somebody here has, like, as long as I have my dog, like, my dog is my best friend, you know, and maybe somebody here is missing their dog with the death, you know, and I see that here come through. Death of an animal, you know, it's, animals, you know, they're so loyal. And even with, you know, I grew up with horses and cows and, you know, not so much pigs or sheep and stuff like that, but most of the time on a ranch. And some of the most amazing connections I ever had was rodeo, or working on the feedlot, moving cows with my grandpa. Grandpa taught me how to talk to my horse, how to see it in my mind, see it in my heart, and then ask my horse to do it. He taught me how to connect like Avatar does when the hare connects. My grandpa was very fond on a quiet hand on a horse. You know, he was very, and he could be stern when he needed to, but I learned a lot. Most of my learning and those memories I have from my grandpa's passed now, I actually had a dream of him after he passed 2 years later. He was young as shit in the back of a pickup, and me and my sister were at the fair fucking having a beer together, and I couldn't say anything, and I was just like, Pacha, and we both turned around real slow, and he didn't say it, but we heard it in our minds, you know, I love you girls, and he said my name, Cheech. Chichi was my nickname because my little sister couldn't say Casey. So, and Chichi in Spanish means boobs. So I was like, this is, you know, I kind of got the shit end of the stick living in, you know, Washington Central. Freaking, you know what I mean? Whatever, dude. It's like Ellie calling Cooper poop. She can't say her P, so she calls her, or can't say her K's, she says P's instead, so she calls her Pooper. And I'm like, that's fitting. The death of walking away. I don't know if you've been feeling, it really, the overall energy, Capricorn, that's out here, it feels like you're ready to experience something. You have a lot to give. You inspire, like, teens, okay, like, the adolescence. I don't know how you do it, and it's because of this misfit energy. It's not that it's the way that you can go against the grain. You know, money looks good. Everywhere I look over here on all of these decks, you could be getting a car, saving up enough money for a car, the money comes in for this car. You know, you're really showing up in a mature, grounded energy, showing that you're working on your security, you know, and maybe it is taking you quite some time. Wheel of Fortune again. Your pinnacle's your truth. You had a right to be blocked, you know, whatever this is you went through. And I think people are starting to get the point now that you have a limit as well. You have a fucking limit. And you started off with just the one, right? A passion for something. You know, and after all is said and done, you're still holding your passion for whatever this is. Your armor, something that you've protected, something that means a lot to you. You have the universal help. That wand now turns into the sword of truth. Your crown chakra, you know, being able to manifest. I feel like you do really well at night when you connect to spirit, when the sun's down. I feel like there's a lunar, it's just that energy, you know, you work with it different. Capricorn, it is, butterflies are important here as well, white butterflies. You can feel it. It's almost like, you know, when they get naked and they just go out into nature, and I'm talking like, even you see it in the movies, and they just kind of roam and titties out. They don't give a fuck. They're not thinking about that. You know what I mean? What they're thinking about is it feels so good to fucking connect to my element. To, just like we have to take a bath, you know, we need to cleanse and detox other things energetically off of us. And nature is, why do you think it's here? You know, why do you think people feel so disconnected in town? You know, all that concrete and those buildings and those bricks, and it's electricity that flows, and you shut that out, you know, and then you're just dwelling in the energy of those around you that are bringing other energies home from work. I mean, you really think about it. I'm talking to somebody who is like what is it? without a paddle. Without a paddle, when they see the nature girls up in the tree, right? And they're all, I fucking love that. I love that movie. She's so beautiful too. She's off of The Hangover. She's the mom that's all breastfeeding, and she's hot. Yeah, and they're up in the tree house, and they just don't give a shit. This is what I'm talking about. Maybe this is where you find yourself most free. It's like nature and animals understand you on a deeper level. Why is it so much easier to communicate with the dirt than it is with most people? I don't fucking know. How is it that a pile of dirt can do more for me than, literally, and being around freaking just people who are still on their process of even comprehending some of the stuff they're going through in their mind, let alone how to work through it emotionally and not bestow that upon other people through their responses. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out in the dirt. I love people, but fuck, Capricorn, you can't take people to where you're going. You had to go through your battles. What's coming your way is your truth. There's the Ace of Swords again underneath this rock. Underneath this rock, lo and behold, somebody trying to hide a truth from you, and there's the Chariot and the Chariot 77, 1177. Chariot on both different decks as I remove the Ace. The car. There could be a lie about a car or something here for some of you. I'm just going to say that. When the card be showing up and a truth coming out, or, I'm just being told that your intelligence. I heard don't insult my intelligence. Looks like good luck or something will come from that. Good luck. It's just like, somebody else's fault is, and somehow the universe is repaying you in some way. For others of you, somebody's getting a badass fucking muscle car. The car of their dreams, For some of you, you've gone from a fucking bike, literally, and will be having a chariot. Oh, cheerio! For real. Somebody, what you give is bestowed upon you, and here's the King of Swords right here at the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I almost want to cry, because it's so emotional right now to feel that level of love. Somebody had somebody do really something very nice for them. And it wasn't right after you just did something nice. Maybe you did something that, you felt, I'm leaning. You felt really attached to, in some way, and you gave that up, or your time, or whatever this is, in whatever way you gave. It's like you're getting repaid back, and it's like it's a beautiful gift, and you do deserve it. I'm going to tell you that. You do deserve it. You deserve every bit of what you have coming for you, for the seeds that you've planted to your selflessness, Maybe you used to be selfish, and you've learned a lesson, a long, hard lesson, and so you do plant good seeds, and they do, like the universe is like, yeah, you do plant good seeds. You know what I mean? And we're showing you the way to that. You just have to start. You have to get onto the path. Any path. Fucking go, man. And at the end of this path, you've got the lighthouse. What you're looking for, you're gonna find. And it's like you're creating it along the way. And other people, you remind somebody of them when they were younger. The life you still have in you, the good you could do. They listen to you talk. They hear the things you say, Capricorn. They see the inspiration, and sometimes you get down because you don't have finances, or you don't have a way to, get what the basic need that you need to be able to do these things. It's a basic need. You're not asking for anything. You're asking for a fucking start, a helping hand. You know what I mean? And what you'll repay with that is why it will be many, if not millions, of people that you have an opportunity to affect on many levels for the greater good. We need to get people like you out of that hermit, out of that space, and moving right along, so that you can meet the people that are to be inspired in whatever way that happens. The vehicle's coming. The truth's coming. And you're at the top of the wheel. Some people's misfortune ends up being your fortune in some way. And it's on a benevolent level. I see somebody bowing, like in the spirit realm. He's got a long robe on. He's an older gentleman, and it's a long maroon robe. It's kind of like satiny, and he's got a crown on, and he bows. So I'm hearing welcome to the family. So superseding and exceeding one's, expectations. You've done well, son, is what I'm hearing. You've done well. All right. Where did I put that deck? I had to hide it. All right. Person on your mind, Capricorn. What is the person on your mind's thoughts towards you? Their deepest thoughts. Their truest thoughts. For the highest good. May you have and use your discernment. Don't be easily influenced. Reads are always a great way to work on your discernment and observe the energy emotionally, physically, when things shift, what's for you. It's an opportunity to observe and hone your own gift, as I'm up here working on mine. Alright, person on your mind, Capricorn. I wonder if you are happy without me. This one wanted to blow away. The timing just wasn't right for us. I wish I could take back my words. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Yeah, good boundary that you put up. I'm seeing boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries are crucial for your well-being. Do you feel overwhelmed by others? Clearly define your limits to protect your emotional and mental space. Their truest feelings. Thank you for reminding me of the simple joys of life. It is happiness that comes from the soul, so pure and innocent, full of truth, the sun. So, putting up boundaries sometimes allows other people to become enlightened of, the energy that they do also cherish. And it's hard to find that in other people. And that's why a lot of people go back. It's not the pussy, okay? It's not the dick that keeps people coming back. When you're awake, it's the energy, and it's learning to grow in energy with people. It's understanding. It's awakening with somebody else at the same time, maybe not at the same time, opposing times, but just holding space, love and compassion. Anything else? I'm not ready for a relationship. I got used to my routine, and it's easier to continue with my current lifestyle. Somebody really here, I feel like, cares a lot about what other people think. And really, I think this person feels like you are better. I'm hearing, you are better off without me. I don't know if I can catch up, is what I'm hearing. Woohoo! Taurus next. Jason, I love you. Laura. Or Lori. Don't put that stuff on my channel. If that's something that you practice, get a platform, put it on there, and gravitate your energy towards you. Not everybody believes like you. We're not pushing anything here but healing. If you don't like it, don't be watching the show. But you might be here for a reason if you think about it. There is nothing's by accident. Fear is what keeps people from the initial starting process of growth, going to the dark night of the soul. That's people get scared and they run to a church full of people because going through things, on the internal, they need that congregation in that way, and then you live to a certain rule book. Just don't put that shit on my channel. You're welcome to be here, but don't push your propaganda over here. I started my channel for freedom, so that I wasn't oppressed, or anybody else who's watching who doesn't appreciate that, who's in my chat. Stick to what you know, and if you don't want to evolve or go a different route, that's your choice. But the rest of us here, we don't want to hear that. We have our choice, and that's why we're here, because we exercised our free will to be different. And in my opinion, church is some of the biggest cult. Bible thumpers are some of the biggest hypocrites I've ever met in my life. So, and I love everybody, but I know what I'm on my path. Ain't nobody taking me off that. Yep. So sorry. We've come too far to surrender. Never retreat, never surrender to the path. What up, guys? I don't practice any spiritual practice. I open myself up to the Christ consciousness. I see that you said you did, and that's fine. That's your path. But don't put that on my stuff, you know. And even if you did used to practice and it didn't go good for you, you know, it's a scary path. There's a lot of shit that will freak you the fuck out and deter you from it. Discernment. That's why discernment's important, and that's why going through hard shit's important with people that'll F you over, and who will really make you have to find out who you are on the inside. It's about personal growth. It's what it's all about. The depths you will go to know your own self and to understand others behind fear, and that it's love, it's light. I don't practice anything. I am that I am. I don't do spells. I don't do any of that. When I'm guided through the Holy Spirit and I see negative energies or attachments, I'm guided. And if the person wants to, we will remove that. And I'm using, you know, Ascended Master. I'm using energy techniques to do that. Outside of that, I don't practice spells. I don't do moonwater. I don't do none of that. To each their own. But this is my house. And I do it how I want. So don't post it like that. Or you can just watch as a invisible person. I don't think that considers me a witch because I don't practice. I think that would more like a energy healer, an empath. Ringo gets on here, Mom, it's not Lakeview. It's Lakeport in California. Okay. Well, we still might be able to check that out, I know. Ringo's in the chat. Okay, I love you. Yeah, if I don't answer, I'm probably on here. All right. Let's get an angel number for Capricorn. Boy, hope the next one's not that long, huh? Maybe you're thinking that about the lesson, you know, like, fuck, I kind of dragged that out back there. Get to the fucking point. 0550, the eye candy. Get some fresh air and call some of your pals over. Take a look around. There is so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project or you will go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. That's your soul expression. Talking to somebody who's a little sassy. When you get sassy, like somebody who probably puts on some red lipstick, you know, when you do go out, girl, you go out. Get that. Spreading that love and light everywhere. From the window to the wall. Capricorn, I know my sisters like to turn up. Alrighty, moving on. To Taurus, today, Junior. Taurus. The wind speaks. What's going on with Taurus? I'm being guided to go here, which is interesting. Alright, blowing off the table. You don't belong there, do you? Crystal clear vision, 33, awareness. In the eye of the storm. It's a Christian song. I'm hearing that right now. In the middle of the storm, you'll guard my soul. 'Cause you alone are the maker. When my sail is torn, your love surrounds me. In the eye of the storm. And it's interesting too because look here. It looks like an eye. And if you look here, it looks like an eye. Communicating with the all-seeing eye relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. You know what's really interesting is I was addressing, you know, the person in the comments in the chat who was talking about, you know, turn from the cards and you know, same shit we hear that's been preached since fucking the Bible, you know, and everybody has a free choice, and I think that we sometimes neglect the fact that we all do have free will to practice or to get into what our soul draws us to. Now, I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong. I just know what works for me. And my whole goal of spiritually awakening or becoming closer to the Holy Spirit or to God and the angels and whatever. Oh, you don't believe in angels? We don't do that. You know, whatever. That's the stuff that ruins it for people. That shit right there. You know what I mean? Let me fucking have my connection. And then we'll come together and be joyous in the connection that we share interpersonally and then together as a collective whole. And we can do that here. You know? We ain't having cookies and donuts, and I wish we were, you know? People flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. And if that's where you're guided, then that's probably a part of your path. You know, I've walked that path of the Christianity, and there's nothing wrong with it. I've met a million amazing people just as I started to awaken, which I didn't. I chose. But I started to see things that I didn't see before, and I can't pretend like I can't see those things. That I can't pretend like they resonate with me and it's okay because it's a church or whatever. I just don't like it, you know. And I know there's dark, evil people. There's a lot of darkness that can manifest in a very fast way. We open the portals to those things just through fear. You don't even have to be practicing a tarot card or a Ouija board. You could literally just be thinking, I'm fucking terrified of ghosts or whatever, and you manifest more of that. So I'm talking to somebody here who, you know, maybe has lost relationships or, you know, is becoming very aware, and you having to have some sort of courage through some sort of the eye of the storm, like coming to the center of it, coming to the center of yourself within something that you're revolutionizing. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Your self-esteem, maintaining your self-esteem. Wow, and humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Stay the course. You know, it's a lonely fucking path to awaken, Taurus, but you do have, just because a relationship is ending now, or it has come to an end, or you're moving through that, or there's distance within it, and there's like agreeing to disagree just doesn't work. You know, I feel like you get guilted in a lot, or have, for a lot of, you know, for things you didn't do. And I think it's almost to the point where you've done it to your own self. And I think that you're becoming aware and awakened to that. You know, you're understanding that, wow, I thought my life was like halfway over, and I'm starting to spiritually awaken, and I'm starting to experience paranormal out-of-body experiences, or whatever this is. Love for the first time, passionate about my work, having the courage to stand up to people who stifle that growth. Their vision is small. So of course, anytime yours just grows outside of theirs, they can't see it. So to them, they're like, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't do that, because they didn't get the vision. They weren't able to see or connect in the way that you do. So people will try to stifle or put fear in whatever way. Might not be the intention. Maybe that's just the expression of what they are, but that's still energy, and it's projection. Just like the gal in the comments. Free choice, and you have to believe that when you stand up to somebody, that the universe is going to have your back, especially when you know it's for the greatest good of all. You can't just be a selfish twat fucking telling people what to do and shitting on people's dreams anymore. That shit doesn't fucking fly. There's a lot of awakened people out there that know, that's, you know, we went through the narcissist. Now, every man's a fucking narcissist. I hate that shit. Now, there are some fucking selfish-ass, soulless motherfuckers out there, and we'll just call it what it is. Somebody who, you know, has some deep fucking... they'll be here on this planet, coming back and forth for quite some time. It would take a miracle for some of these fuckers to awaken this lifetime to the trauma and detriment that they seed onto others. But you are aware. That's how you get out. That's the point. That's when you get to the next level, and it's by saying, no, I can't settle with this. My belief is my belief. And I really feel like that there might be, you know, maybe somebody doesn't say it, but the way that you do things probably fucking, you know, it's going to push somebody to grow. Especially if they do care about you, because they're not going to want to leave you behind. You know what I mean? Or vice versa, you know. When you're made to do shit in this world, people see it on you. People know, they understand, you know, especially if people see you grow over time. They understand, like, there's something here, you know. You know, a lot of people will knock shit, and then they start to understand it on a deeper level, and then they're like, oh, wow, maybe it's not all about, you know, my mom was the same way. My mom used to fucking think I was devil worshipping and la-di-da-di-da, but, you know, my mom will never be able to go back to sleep, you know, after the experience she's had, because something that, you know, really was fearful to her. She didn't understand it. She also could see where there's a connection in it. So we waken people up at a rate, and it is possible, you know, and it might come through a way that you never thought. You know, if you're somebody who's really like, cards just aren't my thing, I just like to watch people do them, they might be your thing. You know what I mean? And if you're doing it in a way, even, I'm talking to somebody here who has a very unique gift, the way you connect. Somebody uses sand I'm seeing that, or just the way that nature lays in sand, or the way that a bush curves. Like, you can literally read nature, the way a stick's broken and the direction that it turns to, Jason. Bear dog! Bear dog's on the hunt. Energy signature. The past is in the present. Multi-dimensional healing, number 66. There's an integration here. All right. Somebody here is really connected to the force field. Connected to the force field. Hi, I'm already a haunted house. No shit. Thank you for the $2. Carboculus. Sorry if I botched that. Feeling the energetic feels. You know, and sometimes that's the other layer to this too. We're talking about expansion, right? We're talking about receiving more information. You need more space. And density takes up a lot of, I mean, it's dense. It's heavy energy. I wake up in the morning and, you know, my mind starts going to what I need to do today. And, you know, I've been focusing on stopping that train of thought. There could be something here, you know, and focusing on what is all the things that are going good. Focusing on seeing myself in a beautiful house that's created, or in whatever way, of mine and my kids' manifestation for the highest good of all. You know, take me to the place where I can, you know, expand my channel and still be a general contractor and build houses, you know, running the 2 businesses. Being a tradesman, you always have an opportunity for growth, but within that, there's a lot of people that aren't going to share that vision, and that just keeps coming through here for you, Capricorn. Educate your mind and your senses when a room shifts. Reading the room, Taurus. There are 2 paths ahead, so I want to see what that's about. I do see the Chariot here still on the top of the deck. Well, one of the paths is the 5 of Swords in reverse. No more fighting, no more talking. The other path looks like a new start with the Fool out here and the 4 cups. Wow, you just got told. It's pretty fucking simple. Here. Do you want you back? Do you want the flame within you? The flame that you've lost or freely given away to others who aren't ready, who aren't on that timeline, who aren't ready to receive. Even if it means a move, even if it means it's just you, you know, you might have people that you care about and have had emotions or, you know, these deep feelings with, but really your soul knows that the freedom of your own peace of mind at this point is a little scary as it might be for you. Your greatest gift, Taurus, is that you can fucking adapt to anything. You might not like it, you might be a complete introvert for a minute, but you fucking can adapt. You're very adaptable to, you know, any situation. I think over here, you know, there's some things that you didn't see that you are now seeing, and that's part of the awakening process, integrating that you do have higher dimensional thinking and you're able to see things from different viewpoints. I'm glad you're not bickering and battling and arguing, whether this is in your head or with whoever, but the path states here very clearly. Oh yeah, you're going. There's a Taurus here. I just want what's mine. I'm just packing up the last of the pieces. I don't really need this. Somebody who's integrating a new aspect of themselves. These closets have been filled with shit I don't need. There's people out there who don't have anything. I would like to, even if you just live in like California, drive around and see people. Hey, can I give you a blanket? You know, and go do this. Dude, if I lived in a place where there's homeless people and I had shit to clear out, or I help people move, and I get given clothes all the time because of all my kids, I wouldn't mind being able to bestow that upon, you know, other people in that way. You know, and that's just kind of what this message is. You know, there's a path out there of a great activism for the great cause. Somebody hears, I'm hearing Harriet Tubman. You know, the people that are on the streets, man, they're some of the most fucking creative, smartest, brilliant people. People that just felt unloved and shut down. They didn't know. So, you know, when we're really creative like that and we feel so detached from probably even our family members, I felt like a father figure behind me, like I backed up into my dad. Or you lose people. It fucking breaks a piece of you, you know, and loss and grief is a really hard one, especially for starseeds, you know, because it's a nobody understands that level of, you know, it's because you're fresh, you know, your switch just got, the veil just got over your eyes a few years before that. Growing up, you know, growing up in this world, you lose that connection. My kids still see all spirits. You know, the trees, they'll run off talking over there, and I'm like, you know, because they're still connected. They haven't been molded, or, you know what I mean, in that way. You're coming to change something in that way. You see the light in others where other people can't, and these are some fucking brilliant people who are governing in the future. Their descendants are governing in this in future. It's grown. That timeline, it's not just the timeline, but the genetics almost, the updating and the upgrading broke wide open other information and knowledge that really is stored within. Me doing drugs, I did meth, you know, at some point. It really was because, you know, I felt so unloved. I just, at first I just wanted to have fun. I was like, fuck, what's this shit? You know, country girl. I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know, but fuck it, let's do it. Of course, it was after I was already drinking. I was like, woo, that shit's fun as fuck, you know, and I loved it. And I was so creative, but it was always kind of like that for me. And then it wasn't until after a significant loss in my family, or in my life, you know, with my family on that soul level and feeling within just very alone, is when I turned to it again to look for that happy feeling. And it was not there. It was not. Now it was different. It was different, and it shaped shit within me. And then, you know, I started having this fucking, like, really fast awakening where I could see things, and all of a sudden I'm talking to people that are dead, to the cashier at Walmart talking about her grandpa to him, and I'm like, I'm not going to say it. You know how crazy I felt? I feel fucking crazy. So maybe I'm talking to somebody here who's been just stifled and not able to grow, or not believed in, or in whatever ways. You've worked so hard. You're doing it. Taurus, you're doing it. You've worked really hard to get to where you are. There's a lot of naysayers. You'll fucking never do it. You can't do it. And you know what? It'll take too long to, you know, have a new beginning in whatever way. And it's like there was going to be a whole nother path over here if you stayed on it, of more cycles of healing. You know, here you got to carry on with your life's work, is what I'm hearing, on the soul, and whatever else it is that you're doing in the astral. You're very sensible and very connected. So stay the path, you know. Those are, you have options, and the options is, you know, when you get tired of doing the same shit every day, there's a new path that's opening for you, and you know that. And you just have to get some people out of the way to make space, and you know who those people are, or what takes up your mind or your time. And you know, doing some energy techniques, getting by a body of water, you know, just saying out loud, you know, I call forth the light in me. I'm ready to release the things that no longer serve me. I want to see things and people for what they truly are, my ancestry, what I'm connected to. I want to create in this lifetime, as well as I'm getting to explore other gifts that may have come from a different time. I only want to know what's important. Don't spend so much time in the Akash. You know, spend time creating in today. Whatever it is that you have, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm a little intuitive. Maybe I should start a fucking channel. Go with it. You know, I'd watch me, because I'm a goofball, and I like goofballs, and I like, you know, I need unorthodox people in my life to feel grounded. I know that sounds weird, but I need misfit. I need people who do things backwards or different, but they get the same job done. I need that. So that feels like something that is prominent here. It's just like really shifting the space that you've been. You might be a rock collector as well, or, you know, that could be something that you enjoy doing. 1919 cycles. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control, because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences, and that's what it was talking about, is making space. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your effort. Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. And I just want to say, like I said, for you, there was two paths. I feel like if you do stay on the path, I don't know what this is, this adversity, whatever it is you're going up against, or that's stifling, or you having, allow the altercation to happen. Allow, you know what I mean? You know it's coming, you can feel it, you know. If you're in it, understand that, you know, just if you're guided to say something, just say it and let that be that. If you're guided to create a distance, then do that. You know what's best for you. You know, even if it means you lack some resources and you're going to have to try extra hard, you know, the universe has got your back. Moral of the story is, yeah, Mozart, do what you love. Because when you're doing what you love, you're passionate about it. And then you're inspiring other people around you to also want to do what they love. Like, I like that. I wonder if I could do it like this. You know, that's what we're here for. It's not, oh, fuck, that bitch is showing up better than me. She got her new weave done. You know, it ain't about that. And that's the same card that flew over. Expansion. Educate your mind and your senses. All right. Battery's on 45. It sucks, this battery sucks it. What's up, Monty? Sucks it down so fast. I don't think I'm seeing all my chats. How is everybody doing today? Thank you guys for joining the All Signs Today live, nature style. I was grounded most of my life growing up, and turns out the trick was to get grounded again as an adult. So I'm like, this should be easy for me. Virgo next. Thank you, Jace. This should be easy for me. I will be right back. Thank you guys for every way you interact. Cody Prince. Hi, my sister's name's Cody. She is a Capricorn. How are you? You know what else I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about at nighttime actually setting up, yeah, not on this phone. Excuse me. Those time lapse with the nature and just kind of filming through a night, or those that I like to listen to water and stuff. I have it right here when I fall asleep, and it's so gorgeous with the stars right here. Thinking about doing something like that, or going out to the desert, probably starting that this fall, you know, as things start to change, and kind of doing more nature videos and stuff. Zeradic's back. What's up? Cody, where are you from? Do you have a tie to Montana? What up, Mark? Peace, brothers and sisters. Four corners. Good, eh? Peace to you, brother. Love and light. Thanks for joining. Dude, the sunsets. I will say, I'm on the outside of, by Twin Falls, Idaho. And the sunsets here are absolutely stunning. Some of the canyons here, and the caves and the rocks. And, you know, there's not a lot of obsidian like where I was raised up in Eastern Oregon, or even down by like Lakeview, Oregon, Klamath Falls area. You know, there's a lot of obsidian. Moving to Idaho, a lot of things changed, and not just a windy bitch that it is. So I really, I appreciate different cultures and climates and cool shit to do in different places. I will be out. I'm going to try water skiing this weekend. So, knee boarded when I was younger, and I've tubed. But I want to try the water ski and see if I can get up there and do it. So, I'll probably have my friend hold the live for me so you guys can be on there. But we're going to plan on going out to the water. We've been camping, but we want to go to the water. We have beautiful sunsets in Pennsylvania as well, especially up on the hills. You know, I lived in, I want to say, I don't know if it was West Virginia or Pennsylvania, and I want to say it was called Charleston, for a few years back when I was like 7 and 9, and I'll tell you what, those trees and that country out there is fucking stunning. I mean, it just goes for days, and there's so much shade over there. What up, Dexter? Hell yeah, it's good to get out and about. All right, we're going to my Virgos. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Okay, Virgos. As soon as I started to pick up your stuff, I'm talking to somebody who loves ancient history and the mysticism, the mystic arts. I'm talking to somebody here who has a lifelong goal of evolutionizing, not mastery from within, but not just within their self and connecting to get this information, but also doing that with others as well. A teacher, a master. It might seem unorthodox and you might be like, who, me? But yeah, you, because the way that things go now, you're not fit for that. But the way things are going to change in the next just year and a half, there's a lot of people falling away and a lot of positions that will be opened and people will be paid their due dividends. A lot of things in this nation are going to change, and I feel like you really have a way of doing that. I've never gotten this, and I'm like, I'm not going to say that, because telepathically I communicate with my guides and, through the open channel, and I'm like, I heard somebody who's going to drive the limo security, for Donald Trump. Somebody who's going to do security for Donald Trump. Or has, that's fucking, or will. You're going to know things. What's in the Arctic? Iceland, Greenland, what's up with that? The history. Octurians. Working with the Octurians, and I'm being guided right now. If you guys know me, I love my ETs. Hey, we should put that on a fucking shirt. If you know me, I love my ETs, and we should get all the homies on there. Hi. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's hottie overload in here. Cheerio, mate! Fucking bunch of sayings on that shit coming out of their mouths. That'd be cool as shit. We should make little fucking comic flip books, huh? You need gel now? Some of the shit I say, I don't even know how you guys, you work with me. I fucking love that there's other people out there that are just as... And guys, this is just half of the goofball that I try to really keep my stuff in check, and I laugh to myself. I'm in my head most of the day, I'm like, should we, the connection is there. Unfortunately, I've tried to turn that shit off, and it just doesn't go away. It just gets stronger, Yeah, I see dead people. It's kind of fucked up, but hey, when you've got, is it a gift? Is it the gift? Yeah, it is, if you use it. If not, you're just tormented by it. It's kind of how it goes, So, it's kind of how it goes. This guy's like, no shit, look at me. You could be looking, at least you got a fucking skin face. And what's that thing hanging between your legs? Where the fuck is ours, right? These ETs. Phone home. Your mom called. She wants you to call her back. No, for real, I just channeled that. God, am I a poet? Have I become a poet? Water. Reflection, kindness, and compassion. Water signs. Look, sometimes I wish I'm so sick of everybody's shit, I could just go get down in the fucking water and just pretend, stay down there. Let the current take me where it will. Maybe they'll think I drowned. I'll already have my kayak set up fucking weeks earlier to the vacation. I know me. She faked her death and she's off-grid in a fucking yurt. Dude, well, I watched South Park a long time ago. Yeah, when I was younger. Kenny? Are you gonna say Kenny? Who else said that? Alright, who else is working with the Virgos? Fire. What are you doing? You got fire and water out here. There could be a fire-water sign dynamic, but I would definitely say watching a campfire, watching the fire pit, candles, being in that element. Somebody here looks at candles, okay, especially if it's all dark all the way around, and like sees the energy around it. Firebender. Plain and simple. I'm getting so excited. I'm like, fuck, this is awesome. Waterbender. What are you? Well, behind that comes Lyran. So, this could be a confirmation. I'm also seeing Pleiadians, unconditional love, excitement, and laughter. The Pleiadian family. Cheerio. And I'm going to read from this book about the Lyran. Strength, courage, and bravery. Reflection, kindness, and compassion. Warrior, passion, fierceness. So, wow, you're like going through, literally, look, and it becomes the Merkaba. Really the fire and the water when you look at it. The Star of David, if you will. the tetrahedron. Somebody here can alter things and does different things at night than they do in the day. I'm seeing the master illusionist, like, it's like working with translucent beings. You are one. You are one. Oh, the last read, that guy with electricity. The electrician. Cable guy. Ding dong. Cable guy. Be careful what's coming to your house. Lyrans, page 11. This is my yes number. So if you were just asking yourself a question, could it be? Yes. And as I'm looking, I'm seeing Alpha Centurions. And I get that word quite a bit when I'm backpacking through the Himalayan mountains. No, back in the Rattlesnake Canyon in Idaho. What's up? And I was around, it looked like a rock family that was just, I'm hearing petrified, but they were frozen like that. You know, they became stone. And it looks like a family, a big family on the Rimrock. And I kept hearing that. Centurion, Centurion. So the Lyrans, and I'm hearing that kind of like a more of a Spaniard accent. So, you know, I'm wondering if this isn't a guide. Ancestors. We're talking about, they're saying light warriors. Lyrans. Alright, well, let's see what they're talking about. Quit rambling on and get to the point already. Ha! It's page 38, which is also 11. It's the 11th card. There's a lot of 11s going on here. 11, 11, 11. Oh, it's my friend! It's my Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I know. I still like to play with bugs. Let the caterpillar go on my finger. I'm like, it's so awesome! Oh no, the Wheel of Fortune just flew out onto the grass. Alright, Lyrans. Virgo. The feline Lyrans are sometimes referred to as lion people or cat people. The Lyran civilization originates from the North Lyran constellation, which also contains Vega. The Lyran genotype was often the dominant original mother genotype used in ancient starseed projects of cosmos, as they are one of the oldest bloodlines in the Milky Way galaxy. Many ETs within the Milky Way galaxy are ancestrally related to the ancient Lyrans. They usually stand 6 to 10 feet tall and are solid to muscular in build. Their complexions vary anywhere from light golden amber to darker chocolate brown hues. Some Lyrans have strawberry blonde to vibrant ginger red hair. The darker Lyrans have darker to black hair. Lyran flesh is covered in a light, soft type of fuzzy, not actual fur. They have feline type eyes, slightly pointed ears, set higher on their heads. The Lyrans have battled many bloody cosmic wars in the past with the Orion Alpha Draconic Reptilian Empires. Fuck, that's crazy. I gotta show you guys something. Wow. Should have got one more fucking rock. Wait till I show you guys this. So remember when I told you the Wheel of Fortune flew off the table, right? Check this shit out. I see honesty down there too. Maybe honesty's been pulled to the wayside, and we're talking about uncovering falsities. I said, okay, the bloody cosmic wars in the past with Orion, Alpha Draconic, and Reptilian empires. And look at the card that falls. One's a reptilian. Reptilian and Draconic. I just thought that that was interesting. You know, they're talking about not only do you have remembrances, you know, when you feel stuff on this planet, it also draws you back, talking about a light warrior. It draws you back to other times when it feels like you've been to a lot of places that were constantly under oppression or rule. The dark rule. The rulers of the dark. Very nasty. You know, this kind of goes deep. If you've had, like, you know, a lot of family trauma and a lot of things, you know, of leaving people. It feels like you probably, you know, you understand being taken away and feeling so, even when you see the stars, maybe you cry, you feel so alone, you know, you feel, you miss home. And you don't know what home is, but you know you really haven't felt the capacity of what you can. And I think you get those moments of closeness when you're with yourself, just being you. And you do experience this energy. And this is the energy that's propelling you forward, is understanding that yes, you do have connection to a lot of things, but you need to really question and ask yourself, are the things that I'm wanting to connect to, is it purposeful? So asking for the highest good of all, not just for what you need to know. There are some things you need to know. You know, some people will go around that. Some people are already setting up things for, you know, their next incarnation. They did this the last incarnation and are here now. The people that just can tap into super consciousness, and this comes from having money. This comes from bloodlines. This comes from, you know, being able, you know, what is that in Lucy that she takes? CFH4. It's that molecule or whatever that's when the souls, the embryos, you know, it's turning into a baby. There's life in it. The soul's in there, and they know exactly what time that is. You know, they know about souls and where souls go. Trust me, you know, Big Pharma, we don't have a cure for cancer bullshit. They're one of the biggest bioweapon industries in the world. That's gonna fall. All of it, getting back to natural medicine, clean fruits and vegetables, cleaning up the earth, and she'll clean herself. It's energy right now that's hurting her. Not, you know, you would think all the litter, yes, that hurts too, but it's the energy that's here. You know, it's the energy that's ruling, and it's causing fear in societies, you know, on a mass scale. Sorry, I don't know why I just start channeling stuff like that and I just go off on it, you know, normally, so that's got to be for a reason. Alright, Livrans live a harmonious lifestyle and practice careful biodiversities for their ecosystem. Prior to Egyptian pyramids ever being built, the ancient Egyptian Sphinx was built by the Livrans and other visitors of time. During the Leo 2000-year constellation time phase of the precession of the equinox, Livrans do not suffer fools gladly and are an honest, open, bold, and proud race. That's funny. Honesty was the card that was out there with this one, with the Wheel of Fortune too. They are known to be combative and fiery for matters they value dearly, while also being warm and affectionate. It is said that Livrans have one of the most extensive collections of ancient cosmic history in our galaxies. Oh, I just want to see. Today they are mostly considered, I'm hearing Leo, retired honorable race and hold great prestige in the galactic councils. When this card comes out for you, it means strength, courage, bravery, defiant, proud, bold, affectionate, library, respect, honor, and ancestors. Wow. And you have a fire and water element out here. You know, you could be this could be prominent, you know, a fire sign and water sign, whether that's in your own chart or whatever ways, you'll know and you'll be guided. Look, see, he's looking into the constellations where this history is. You know, they know where you're at all times, you know what I mean, since a childhood. Just because you don't remember, you've been having these super conscious encounters. You know, there's more layers to you than you know. I'm seeing a portal on the back of here as well, which was really telling me, you know, able to I don't think it's just move consciousness, dude. Like aerial view is simple for you. Remote viewing is simple for you. Your teacher's coming. I want to say that. Your teacher is coming, and your teacher will show you. It will be a natural gravitational pull. You're going to awaken things within this teacher as well that they didn't understand because of the cosmic depth of wisdom and knowledge that you naturally crystallize around you and everything you touch. Water, especially. You might have a north node in a water. All right. Damn. I love that. I love that for you. Woohoo! You caught me live! What's up, beautiful? I fucking love your videos. You totally remind me of Claire V, Tarot Queen. She's got a channel. You guys gotta check her out. She's awesome. But You remind me of some, you know, a lot of the crew I grew up with in the School of Hard Knocks, you know. Oh, Virgo. There is a truth that somebody is reluctant to let go of. Three of Wands, taking action on something that you know. I wonder in which way this comes about. Let's keep seeing. Ooh, it's coming. You're gonna know. Oh. I also want to say, you know, you've reached a level of success here. It is a motherfucker going through it, isn't it, Virgo? You know, when you just meet all the wrong people on all the right days, and you've learned a lot of lessons. And I think at some point, you know what battles to choose and what battles not to at this point. You definitely realize what your truth is, and it feels like you're coming out of the cave. It feels like somebody's been on a journey and is going through, you know, a personal journey in the Rocky Mountains by themselves, and they know their sword. They had this premonition. They're following a fucking hunch. This is what they're showing me. You're just following a hunch that this sword that belongs to you, that you're the heir of, this truth, physical or non-physical, in whatever way, this portal, this is there, and you're being guided to it. And this is the energy of this fucking task. And you know, the way she's in a dress, and a hoity-toity dress at that, it kind of looks like a brothel-y dress. This is somebody, you possess many characteristics of bold, brave, benevolent, and fucking beautiful. You know, Virgo, you're fucking beautiful. I'm hearing that. And the most beautiful thing about you is that you will go to any depth to find the truth of yourself. It's not so much to persecute another, but to find your truth and to share that in whatever way. And that's what you're here to do. And there's a part of you that's kind of feeling held back by someone, in whatever way. You know, like there's a duty or an obligation here, but that's an old timeline, I'm being told. Open your heart. Fling your hopes high and set your dreams aloft. I am here to hold your hand. Really interesting. I just was reading, facing that way kind of, and I heard it echo back into, look at the electromagnet. My hair is all staticky. That's just being out here in nature. I think it's so funny, and the wind goes. Love it. I'm here to hold your hand. Open your heart, fling your hopes high, set your dreams aloft. I'm here to hold your hand. And I feel like somebody might be communicating with somebody through the other side, spirit guides, your higher self, in whatever way. I think somebody here divinates. I think somebody here is connected in that way of, I'm hearing natural orientation, okay? You're predisposed with a very, I'm hearing supersonic. You're a lighthouse, you're a powerhouse. You could be very emotional. And it, you know, you're somebody probably when you used to get real fucking pissed, you cry, because crying's weak, right? Crying makes you weak. All those cards are just flying off tower. Oof. Are you having a tower moment with the Two of Cups with somebody else that you share? You know, there's something coming. I want to say somebody here also wears a mask, and it's like a mask with their self, and it's fucking irritating somebody. It's irritating somebody, the mask that somebody wears. They're blocked off and guarded, you know, in whatever way. My way or the highway, or no, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's what you're battling. I don't know if this is within relationship, but there is... I think what you need to let go of is the judgment. I'm going to pull cards and see, but, you know, you could be healing through some sort of process with somebody else at this time, or somebody who equally matches you. It's the Hierophant. It's got to be a marriage. Maybe you're tired of seeing somebody's back. Maybe you're constantly feeling defeated around somebody. You know, all the time, work and energy you put in. It's like, how am I ever going to get to a point as long as I'm, you know, maybe you're wanting a more mature, grounded energy. You know, See, there's a form of being married, and then there's a form of being spiritually married, and I think somebody here is, and I'm just going to say this for probably one person. If you're married now, and whatever this truth is that you're finding that puts you on this path, you're done. You're done with the fighting. You're going to communicate that nice and effectively about your Nine of Pentacles, wanting to be on your own. I need to do this for me. I need to do this for me. I know that there is no greater goal than to love, but at what cost? I think somebody here's awakening spiritually, and I think somebody here's forgiving things about their own self, but there is definitely walking away from, you know, the Three of Swords in reverse. Anything that's not of importance, that's not going to nourish you. That truly isn't going to nourish you. You know, you're made for this feeling of security is what's important to Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is for one person. If you're married to somebody now, I don't feel like you're going to be married to them for, you know, I feel like around after Christmas, you know, or whatever. I think you might try counseling in this, but no matter what, somebody's always going to have a deeper truth. I'm looking down here on the ground, and it's the Nine of Swords, Knight of Cups. You know what you deserve. You're very aware by not having what you deserve, because you start to give it to yourself. And when you start to give it to yourself, you realize that this person that you're with, and as many talks and as hand holding that you have to do, this person needs to be honest with himself. This person can go, you know, a deeper truth, and truly, you just haven't seen it yet, because it's still in the shadow process. But there's a truth, the intelligence of the swords. They're they're enlightenment. Now he's up, but he ain't holding his head. He's intrigued. He's looking. You're understanding the process. You're understanding the enlightenment process. And I think I'm talking to somebody here. At any cost, you're willing to, I will let go of this. I can maintain harmony and peace, you know, but I've got to there's something out there calling me. And that's what it feels like here. What's calling you? Wow, you got the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. You've got strength. You just don't know this yet, because the strength's in the shadow aspect, you know. You're getting the talking to. You know what I mean? You're being tempted, pushed by the, you know, whatever this is that's making you grab your strength, grab yourself by the, you know what, that's going to create this moment in the night. You're going to set off a catastrophic number of events. And you're going to understand with the enlightenment. You just don't get it yet. And you know what? I heard haste is waste, but at the same time, you're going to know that this is for you. Look, hello, is that you? I was just out here having a swim, Six of Cups. Fuck, why do you look so familiar? Maybe you do know this person. I'm telling you, you're walking, somebody here is definitely walking away from, I don't know if somebody's like controlling, or you've gotten to the point where you're controlling because you just feel like, I'm not fucking crazy. I know you're doing shit, you know, in some way, in whatever way. I fucking know you're doing shit. I know you're lying about small shit, and when it's small shit, that makes me think about what big shit you lie about here. And somebody here's like, look, I've forgiven you, and you're not ever gonna let go of, you know, Four of Pentacles here. What you know, you just fucking, somebody's done with somebody else who's sucked into what the fuck people think, and they put on a big fat fancy face for other people, but you know, behind closed doors, you get it. There's the backside of the Four of Wands here, you know. Even here's the Nine of Pentacles. We see the marriage, okay, the shadow side of it, the back side of it. So you might work on it. And I see the Three of Pentacles here showing that, you know, you're putting work on it, wanting to see something grow. But guess what? Behind that, I see the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. You're going to go for your own happiness, what sets you free. I'm just going to tell you that now. If you've been asking, this is your fucking start. Set your fucking truth out there. You know, I feel like somebody's like, I don't know how to go, or how to get the money to, or make it on my own. There's always a way. Maybe you go back to family, you know, in whatever way. If that's still shit you have to work out, you'll know where to go, what to do. But here is the Five of Cups also. You know, somebody can't let something go in the past. They just fucking can't see a future, or they don't see the future the way that you do. It's always fighting. It's like, okay, we can say agree to disagree, but really, it's a fucking volcanic eruption. You know what I mean? Every time and it gets annoying. You know, I think somebody sat long and hard and is ready to move forward. You know, maybe you're needing a car. I see that that is something that's out here for you with the Wheel of Fortune, because you are standing in your truth, and that's part of your soul lesson. And then you excel to the next level. Oh, next level, you know, next beast. Next time it won't be your husband or your wife. Next time it's your mama or your daddy. And then the next time after that, it could be even one of your children. You know, you never know the dynamic. You know, a best friend in whatever way. People you trust, people you love. They come, and it's how you're handling it, how you're responding to it. Are you just shutting it down? It's like, yeah, dude, this shit fucking sucks. But now, and the next time I have interactions with new people, I don't need to put up a wall. I just need to use discernment. Do I tell people too much about myself? You'll learn. You'll learn, and you won't even have to worry, because then you can just look at people's eyes and you can see that spirit. This feel energy. You know what I mean? You'll know when you're around specific people. It's like, something that kind of rubbed me wrong. That's kind of weird when this person said that. You're not fucking crazy. You need to trust your gut instinct, because you're obviously repeating it out loud to your fucking self, or having the need that it's still there. Yeah, I don't have friends either. I have you guys. No, I have my children. But as far as friends, you know, I had one, you know, a best friend, and a lot of things changed in that dynamic, and we're friends, but it just, you know, and there's always something that's buried that, you know, you just feel, and it's just, you know, you can't change it. You can't, it's not for you to work on. It's for somebody else to realize something, and that's, you know, we're learning. Those are the things that, you know, so not that we're being applauded for, but that we are, you know, that's fuck yeah. You know, just because we leave this body, fuck, we could be in the next stellar ass fucking 14-foot tall, long-legged, but I'll be looking like freaking, what's her name? I was gonna say Sinead O'Connor. Be looking like Julia Roberts, big old long legs. And I'm like, damn, back to my family. And it's like I took a nap, or I was in a coma in that lifetime, and I'm like, fuck, this wasn't so bad. And it's the same motherfuckers. And it's the same motherfuckers. And you're like, really, I just got rid of you. I swear I had a dream that we were wrinkly. We were old, and this, we fucking don't know. Yeah, and I was reading cards, and then, you know, you never fucking know. Or do you? And that is the question here. Who's coming towards you? Ace of Pentacles. Oh, you're having an offer here. And it's coming through the divine. It's like you have this interaction or meeting telling you, you can do this. You have somebody who's your hype guy. You've got a gift from God. You know, you've got this grounding that comes for you. You're going to have the money when you need the money. You have the deeper understanding of the soul lesson. The Eight of Pentacles is out here. It's like, have I worked enough? You know, I see the Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in the Chariot. You'll have enough money. And if you're worried about the vehicle, yes. You know, Ten of Cups, the world. You'll have a new beginning. And it feels like it might be with your actual, you know, family members you haven't seen. You know, I feel like somebody here misses their family. Things are going to, Knight of Swords out here fast. Things are going to change, you know, I'm hearing that song, now don't be hasty. Don't be kind. Get your shit together. We could be just fine. Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I really, really, really wanna say ah. If you run my future, forgive my past. If you wanna get with me, you better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Yeah, there you go. Get your shit together, we could be. Yeah, that's what I want. Somebody here saying, I want you to get your motherfucking shit together. What up, Dirk? Pickles? What's up, guys? Zerdick. Alright, let's get an angel number. Advice. Advice for Virgo. Don't be afraid of a new beginning. Just, especially if it resembles, you know, because of the past, because of something of the past that you're healing through or going through. There's enlightenment here, and there can be a new start. 10 of Swords down here. Your advice is to trust your intuition. If you have an inkling to move in a certain way, trust it. Know that you're going to be met with, I feel like it's like a band of people or something. It's just like fucking little you know what I mean? If you make a decision, you're going to have like 15 people talking mad shit, and it doesn't fucking matter, because that's nothing. But I'm just going to let you know, you'll have those that come for you in whatever way to try to energetically stop you, and it's just a fear tactic. Set the emotional boundary. When you're done, you're done. You know, when you're done, you're fucking done. And this is standing up to those lies, the deceivers, the shit talkers. You know, motherfuckers be talking shit behind your back, and it doesn't even matter. And I'm not normally the reader that says that, but if somebody here is asking, are they, is there ill will behind that? There's something going on behind your back, and I'm pretty sure that you're aware of that. And it might have to do with fucking money, to be quite honest. Don't stay in your heart space. You can do all things. I promise you, you can do this. Allow the path to guide you. Alright. Didn't get the number. Did I get the number? It's all by design, Casey. Willpower comes out here. Interesting. Achievement, success, striving forward, prosperity, go-getters, courage, and luck. Wow, significant events are on the cards for you. That's apparent. You will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. 1818. And I'm being guided to read from my grandmother's book. You little wanker. Promise yourself to be strong, that nothing can disrupt your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. To make all of your friends feel that there is something in them. To look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. To think only the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best. To be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. To forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. To wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile. To give so much time to improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. To be too large for worry, too noble for anger, and too strong for fear. And too happy to permit the presence of trouble. To think well of yourself, to proclaim this fact to the world, not in loud words, but in great deeds. To live in faith that the whole world is on your side, so long as you are true to the best that is in you. And that's why I said the universe has your back. I want to say that. I don't call it a problem, Aries, but you're being faced to have some courage right now and something you're going against. You could feel tired. I do want to say, I don't know if this has to do with a marriage, but you have foresight about things. You might be moving and finding a new freedom, and success in that. I feel like you have some balance that'll be coming in for you. You might be going through some stuff right now that's kind of hard, and feeling a little bit blocked, but you can get back out there, and God has a plan for all of us. It's just getting past the part of our mind that says we don't. All right, I'm gonna go grab my laptop and plug it in because I'm at 25% and I don't want it to die on freaking fire signs. I know I'm a long-winded gal. Hey, I just do what I'm told. I will be right back. Enjoy the nature. to try the Type-C port and see if that works any better. It's a lighthouse. Can you see that? Sometimes I like opening my computer because it's always a different screensaver. And I swear, how they use technology to deliver messages, I love it. Okay. Let's see if this works. We're charging. Okay. All right. Make sure my battery saver's off. I know. One day we'll have a good system set up. Kind of like it like this, though. You know, for those of us traveling, I was thinking about too is, you know, creating a travel bag for tarot readers, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to, unless you rubber band your decks, and I don't want to rubber band my decks. You know what I mean? I got 5 kids. I got enough shit going on. I don't want to rubber band my fucking decks. I want to be able to put them in little slot holders, you know, and have it open or close in whatever way, or open this way so I can just open it and it can sit like a vanity and get my decks out in whatever way. I think I'm going to try my hand at just making myself one. Gen X used to be the best place to go get like luggage and shit like that back in like 2000s. Alright, spirit guides, archangels. We're starting the fire signs now. Fire signs. Dirk. Once you move on to calmer waters, in whatever way that is, whether that's in your mental, or perhaps it's just people that really don't have, you know, they do underhanded behavior, unless this is your risky behavior. If you move away from that, you know, and you go within and do some soul searching, there's victory for you. You know, it feels like being self-aware and evaluating, you know, if this is even, maybe you feel homesick in a way too. It kind of feels like maybe you feel powerless or silenced in some way. You know, your advice is that happiness is a state of mind and that it is here and accessible to you. You already are where you need to be. They're saying it's all around you. It's just the way that you're perceiving something. All right. And I was talking to Dirk right now through, he's in the chat. Thank you guys for being in the chat. Got Aries cusp. All right, let's go Aries. We'll go Aries, Leo, Saggy. For the highest good, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, messages to enlighten the collective consciousness and those that will see this video. May there be signs and synchronicities within this intelligent design. Ancient wise one within, I ask that you would awaken. Archangel Azrael, thank you. Archangel Metatron. Saint Germain. The violet flame. I was looking, I heard Saint Germain, and then I see this alien dude in like a violet jacket, and I was like, yes, we shapeshift even to the cover of your magazine. All right, Aries. Might be receiving a call. Perhaps a snap. See, when my kids call and I don't answer, they know just to get on YouTube and see if I'm live. They're starting to figure it out. They used to just blow up my phone. Mom, why aren't you answering? All right. Aries, number 64, and that's funny because my daughter's is an Aries as well. Adopt and adapt intuitive rituals. Rituals are not necessarily to access your intuition, but for some people, rituals may heighten, encourage, or focus intuition. Rituals can be as simple as lighting a candle, saying a prayer, placing your hand over your heart, ringing the bell, or sitting in a certain spot. Adapt the rituals of others. I don't know. I like my rituals, but there might be somebody that comes along and does something in a specific way that kind of helps you to find your own limelight in whatever way that, you know, there's recognition out here. Okay. And there's obvious transition that you're going through right now. You got this. I just want to say that you got this. You know, just make sure that the boundaries you've set, you know, they don't easily fall. Invite playful energy. And this feels important because, you know, take hasty. I seen the King of Swords. Maybe sometimes you lose the words to say and you get kind of it's like, damn it, it was just right there in whatever way. It almost feels like a rushed energy in a way. You know, it could be your nervous system too. Maybe lay off some of the caffeine or cigarettes or, you know, whatever it is. Fuck, I vaped through my whole read, so I'm not really one to talk. If you feel like something's affecting you on that, or maybe, you know, sometimes a little caffeine might actually help you not be so nervous in a way. For me, most of the time, it's just a beer and a shot. It's just a beer and a shot. It ain't no big deal. I know. Leave it to Casey. 444. Take off some of the pressure with playful energy. Intuition does not thrive in a super stressed or super controlled atmosphere. Weird. Release, relax, and make room for fun, humor, improvisation, and lighthearted creativity to boost your six sensory powers now. Invite your inner child out to play. Encourage playfulness in others. Yeah, be the gatekeeper of happiness, man. You're funny, outgoing. Embrace your unicorn destiny. Your life was not destined to look exactly like anybody else's, and you're receiving intuitive guidance now about an aspect of your special destiny. Be like the unicorn and embrace your uniqueness. Destiny is calling. Think of destiny as more fluid than fixed. Actively intuit and pursue yours. Ooh. I heard what I said. What are we naturally intuiting here? What's this natural intuiting? This connection. What are you embracing and working on at this time, Aries? I'm hearing deep desires, ambitions, you know, finding my ambition. I'm seeing gold, golden light, gold. You could be fair-skinned, you know, sensitive to sun. You might like more of a docile environment. I feel like I talk to somebody who spends a lot of time alone. Activating the higher chakras, soul fragments. Ooh, shit, you on a journey. Master number 33, soul fragments comes out. Balance will be restored. Balance will be restored. 1-1, clear energy blocks, activating your higher chakras. Really expelling a lot of darkness, you know. He's in the dark too over here in 33 in the soul fragments, and it's like your energy feels like an ocean. You know, when you kind of get tired of swimming and the water starts coming in, or a boat goes by and you kind of start get that panicky feel kind of, and it's dark. Then, you know, take that feeling and mix it with, you know, somebody who broke up with you and your family life shit. It's a lot of weight. You know, and balance, it's talking about balance will be restored. It's like, you know, when does it give in? You know, I feel like I'm going through these things, being more conscious about things than I once was. What's wrong with me? I'm hearing that energy signature. The past is in the present. So really going through some things that trigger, well, they're in your DNA, they're in your DNA, they are within your DNA, and it's talking about multidimensional healing. There's a lot of energy blocks that you've had, whether this is just from you or from others. You're clearing this out, you know. Electromagnetic fields. Water's really good for your electromagnetic field. Being in waters or being around watered areas, it's just freeing, you know. It feels freeing. You could be having back problems or around your spine, you know, just feeling maybe it is that weight, you know, and that's where they're talking about how to release that. Is they want you to go do, be the unicorn. Go do something you normally wouldn't do. If you're not one to go cannonball in some cold water, be the one to cannonball in some cold water. Thank you, Jace. I will tag that. Your life's not destined to look like anybody else's. Aries, I feel like, let me get into here. Do you have issues with boundaries? Issues with boundaries for yourself? Feels like maybe you don't have space sometimes, a space of your own, or you know, you're with many people, or you're jobbing whatever way, and it's like maybe even the time that you do have, maybe you just want to listen to music or scroll, and it just like, it's like your day goes by pretty quick, you know, or can. Being around people and people that make you feel good is important right now. You know, there's a need to celebrate. You have put in a lot of hard work, you know. There's success out here. You're doing it. Even if it is leaving other people behind or things. You know, the things that you stay up late at night working hard on, they are paying off. You've been through some stuff here, Aries, you know, and it's like, give a little, get a little. You know, give a little, get a little. And it's like now you've planted good enough seeds. You're starting to tap back into that. And they might be showing up for you in the physical world through other people. You know, when you do good to others, other things come to you. You know, your wishes can come true. Let's see, Aries. Ooh, got a Queen of Cups showing up. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Are you in love, Aries? Intoxicated by love? I think, you know, you spent a lot of your life, you know, battling, you know, going against a lot of things within yourself. Two of Cups is behind that, and it's like for all the hard work and effort that I've put in, all the relationships. Eight of Pentacles is behind this, you know, finding somebody that equally, you know, I'm seeing work out here with the Three of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles is putting in work. It's putting in time. It's putting in, you know, energy and effort. Aries, getting mixed messages. And maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you feel like you get mixed messages. Let your light shine. Number 99, harmonize. I think you're learning a lesson here. You know, there's a lot of heaviness that you live with, or really a lot of shadow. You know, whether this is just shadow aspects of other people that you're around, or just a lot of unhealed people, it's brought you some sort of enlightenment here. And enlightenment's like where you start to think different. Sometimes we can learn the most about ourselves and others, their hurts and their pains, not to judge them when they're acting away because they're, you know, they're hurting or they're under the influence, or that's when people express their pains the most. That's when you can see the truth of how they feel about themselves on the inside. It becomes a reflection on the outside, you know. I heard I want love. I want love. What's this Queen of Cups? Aries. Three of Cups. See? And the Seven of Pentacles. You have to work with this this energy. This energy is working with you. This person, place, thing. It's what you've put in does pay off. You know, it does. You're doing it with good intention. And sometimes when you do things with good intention, think about how long it takes for a plant to grow. You know what I mean? And not all the seeds are going to be good, you know, but it looks like you've planted enough now to where you're starting, they're feeding what process you have going. And there is an air of mysticism, magic, kind of an interest, an intrigue, feeling, feeling in the flow. Or like the universe is working with you when you really sit and think about it. There's a celebration here. The Big Dipper could be prominent. You know, I'm looking at 3 people here, a card representing coming together. They're staring at the stars. I think you miss, you know, you have close connections with certain people, Aries, and those are people that you do cherish. I think people naturally flock to you because of your nature, you know, deep down, you know, people who are aware can see who you truly are, you know. They don't have to, they know. You might put on a front in one way to, you know, detour fucking whatever, but down at the core of you, you're just, you know, you're a lover. I wonder what this walking away is. I want one more for the Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups. What is this pertaining to? I want it to come all the way out. Being in your intuition. Being guided in your intuition through love. Oh, you might make money at this in the intuitive aspect. Animal is important. There's a prominent dog here. It's like your guides are talking about seeing you feel left out and the key's sitting there the whole time. Like the key's at the door. Sometimes your guides, they're just like, all right, anytime, whenever you want to look. And you're like, I can't right now because I'm trying to use my intuition, but everything's getting in the fucking way. And how's my hair? You know, there's a spiritual battle, you know, when you start, there's a lot of things, as a medium and as a channel, I can tell you, you know, sometimes it's just hold me up here, and other times I am opening myself up for the highest good in a bubble of protection to connect, and a lot of people's energy. And I always believe that you know, I don't want to miss anything for anybody. I had a teacher once tell me, you know, don't, if you think it's insignificant, it's like a red rose or just like a blue strawberry, something odd, say it. Just because you think, like, how the fuck is that going to correlate? You say it, because that's the magic. That's the one thing that they prayed about the night before that was like, if I know it's you, and most people do this, please bring up this, you know. I just did a personal read, and her brother came through, and it was freaking awesome. You know, he brought me to their childhood, showed me them playing, you know, kind of very proud brother. Protector, you know, and it was a very beautiful experience. And he sat, and you know, both of our phones started sucking dry as soon as hers died. Then she came back on, then mine died, and the computer died too. So you know, it was a beautiful experience to share that. And I'm just saying, like, don't be afraid of the unknown. Fear's the only thing that can get in the way to stop you from that. You are protected when you. That's the intention. You have to know this. You have to know before anything that there's nothing separating you from all that there is, the energy besides the flesh body that's encapsulating it. And it's that CHF4, whatever Lucy takes. That's what brings the soul into the body, so to speak. What's this walking away? What's going on over here? There's been emotions here. Heavy, tired, weighed down. 10 of Wands out here. Walking away from the weight, walking away from the burdens. I want to feel happy and inspired. There might be something that makes you feel like that. Why the 5 of Wands? What are you fighting against? Your own intuition. Fuck. Emotions. Deep emotions. Look at her. Deep emotions. Drowning in them. What you hide, that's what's heavy. That's what you're trying to walk away from. Because you are at the core of you such a loving person. It's like even this pain has brought you away from those that you love the most. You've secluded yourself almost. And it is over time, you know, when it's gradual and you less and less around, but it's like your absence is missed. And I think you miss that aspect of yourself more than anything, Aries. 5 of Wands. Fuck. Grudge. It's just like you're so you don't want to let go. You feel like if you let go and you don't fight for something anymore, or the memory or whatever, the way it's like, just be at peace. And this is my card from the other side. When she's in white to me and my guides, this is my interpretation, is that it's somebody from the other side. There's a female here saying You know, I love you. I'm here. Your wisdom comes from within. It's hard for me to connect to you when you close off every time you get to the intimate part of my existence. You know, smile and share those in whatever way. If you want to go get your favorite pictures blown up and put on a shelf, or whatever it is that you need to do so it's still there, but just to where it gets a little bit easier. You know, fighting that urge to let go here. And this could cause addictions, you know, in some way. And that, or just that addiction to this feeling, thought, whatever this is you're fighting. There's a truthful message that comes in that somebody's going to receive here. You, them. What's the truth about? It's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's time to set yourself free. It's time to take action. See, and maybe this is even causing you issues at work with the Five of Swords, you know, that I'm hearing that song, Zombies, in your head. Three of Pentacles at work, to where, you know, it's almost, yeah, there's time for a shift and time for a change. What's the action? Something new. Maybe you are going to get a different house, the Four of Wands, something within the home that shifts or changes, you know. You're going to shift the way that you look at something. God, you got to get out of your head. Out of your head. Fuck. It's like, wow. As many times as you say, how about you can. You are beautiful enough. You are handsome enough. You are beautifully made, you know. I can go through hard things. My going through emotions and things like that. Before this, I was so happy. And it's like, why would you let something that you loved and cared about so much, or whatever it is that you're not experiencing now, take that with them. It's supposed to seed you with more of them, so they can live through you in whatever way that is. It's a pretty deep message, and we're talking about enlightenment here. You know, in the coldest depths of ourselves, and we face our truth, there's enlightenment, and we start to get that connection. See, to the cosmos, you get that connection's opened up. This person's saying, I can only connect with you through the heart. You know, and you might enjoy your naps, your rest time, you know, you have others from the other side, at least, you know, pushing you to a state to look at something, you know, a truth. And the truth is, you are loving. You're very, you know, you're loving, and you'll talk yourself out of a lot of shit, and there's, fuck it, let's go. But I think you're really ready to look at something, and, you know, that's the battle right there. I can learn to move on from whatever this is. All right, what's your advice? Get out of your head. Not gonna say it again. Connect. Get out of your head, and then there's connect. There's intuition. There's two different ways. All right? Yeah, there's lots of... The only thing that's standing in your way right now is you. Over-processing something. In whatever way. Fuck, you're just fine, mate, when you're alone, and then you get around people, and then you just kind of... I don't know what it is. You can do this. I'm just hearing that. Let's get an angel number for you. 2112. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving in the right direction. If you see this number, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams come true. Seeing angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. All right, moving on to Leo. We got any Leos in the house? Leo moon, Bill? Leos, I'm being guided to my mystic Martian oracle as well for you. Wonder if you're not having happiness, some sort of connection to the other side. Maybe this is what brings you balance. Balance again. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I release the need to know the answers. I feel good when I can help others. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Facts. That's so simple, right? So simple. Being happy means I'm on the right path. Well, it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path when you're going through shit. Just depends on what eyes you're looking at it. Alright, what Mystic Martian is working with the Leos here? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Your own element, fire. You could also resonate with the Virgo read that I did as well. Fire and water came out. Bottom of the deck we have Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, integration, life lessons, and imagination. You know, this is talking about you showing up as a warrior, you being able to integrate lineages of information through your own pain, through your own dynamic, and the way that you heal that. You could have a long line of trauma, a long line of connection of how it's all connected. It is the tetrahedron, I believe. No. This goes deep is what I heard. So whatever this is, this goes deep, and it feels like when you focus on service, it brings you a sense of balance into your own life. There's an aspect out here about being a warrior. When it gets dark, remember that the sun always rises. There's those cards. Weird. Align your universe. Navigate distractions. Okay. What could be distracting you at this time? What does your higher self have to say? You are never lost, but only forging a path to new worlds. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Everything is unfolding as it should be. Oh, so there's an era of your higher self saying we need you to trust. You know, you're aligning with the universe. It might not feel, I'm hearing intrinsic. It might not feel so favorable at this time, but you'll thank yourself in the future. Couldn't have done it better. They're showing me the card of success. And honesty, speaking your truth. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can't expect it from myself. This might be your motto and something that you're going to work on. You know, pride could be something that gets in the way, you know, as well as honesty and feeling unsuccessful in those areas. I love myself and I see myself in everybody. I know that what I'm here to do, and that's talking about having a purpose and feeling successful. I am aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. So let's see what's going on here. For Leo, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Chariot. The card of Cancerian. The number 69. Moving forward. You are never alone. Talking about moving forward here. Show me Leo's energy. Show me Leo's energy, please, Holy Spirit. Oh, fuck. You're connecting with your ancestors. And it looks like it's in the dream state. But on the physical realm, you could feel like this. You could feel left out. Constantly at battle within your own head, your own mind, emotions. You know, this is somebody feeling shut out from the church. The light's on, all it needs to go is ask for help. And you've got the star out here with the 3 of Cups. The star, as you were, this is Temperance. Wow. You're integrating, what are you integrating here? What is the celebration of coming together? Back. Alright. You've got justice that comes out over some sly, slick, stealing behavior, you know. You could be dealing with another fire sign. I seen it as I picked it up. You got the 7 of Swords in the back of Justice. Let's talk about some fucking scandal for a moment if we can. That's a heavy energy. What process are you going through right now after this? The Sun. Judgment. You're going through judgment. Oh shit. You might have a sit your ass down moment where something supernatural happens to you, Leo. You can't mistake it. It's undeniable. These people in the Judgment card here, they're bare naked and they're standing before a mighty, it looks like the sun god. And that's your own card. And they're vulnerable. There's some of the gods, it's like it's the gods making a plan for you. You know, Ra, the sun god. I see the Two of Pentacles and he's holding the sun here. You know what I mean? And at night, what are you, a fucking magician? Some sort of warrior, battle energy. What was this about? I wonder. If it's for the highest good, what was the Seven Swords about? Ace of Wands in reverse, maybe a false start. Something not moving forward, about giving and receiving, about a generous energy, something that didn't perhaps start with a generous energy. Why? Why? Why the Seven of Cups? I didn't see that. Illusions. 77. I heard the Master of Bees. High Priestess. Alright. Four Swords. What the fuck? A message about this. Alright. End the marriage. Okay, so, Leo. Whatever this is that you went through, so I'm like, why are you temperancing right now? What is their celebration over? And it's like a celebration with the gods. It's a victory. It's, you know, he's coming forward on the chariot, full armor, with his hand held high. Victory. The core of you, the core of your stomach, you understand something that most won't. This warrior, he's over here in full battle rattle, you know, full armor, and he's getting, you know, Four Swords means putting up your swords, taking a rest, taking a break, going within. And it's like sometimes it's hard for you to do that because you have such an armor on, you know, and that's the deceit right there, is that whatever this, the many options that you have that vie for your time, it's like, why the Ace of Wands in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Did you, Judgment, I was just going to say, did you have a falling out with somebody else here? The fire element. This card of happiness talks about water and balance, and she's over here in water. I'm hearing pertaining to domesticity. Seven of Swords in the night, too. You know, and shit's done in the night, too, and, like, that's the fucking throwing stones and hiding hands. Are you sad, Leo? Is there an air of sadness around something, a feeling of loss and grief and despair? You know, there's a really stubborn energy here about choices that you've made, or that you're aligning with to make. What's temperancing right now at this time? What's being tempered? Reunion, celebrations, parties, you know, overindulgences. She's holding a big glass. I wonder, you know, it's like they're wanting to bring balance into your social work life to be able to, you know, this is talking about making progress, you know. Maybe you escape to, you know, a certain thing constantly, you know, and that's your escapism. What fell? What's the Four of Swords in the High Priestess? You know, it feels like there's an era of growth here. There's major choices, you know. It feels like it shows right here the lovers, you know, and something could be up in the air. It's saying yes or no. But it's also pulling the Queen of Pentacles here, talking about abundance, you know, a mature, grounded, feminine energy. What are you struggling against right now? What's the obstacle? Temporary financial hardship, negative change in circumstances, feeling left out and cold, you know. Adversity, you're going through struggles, you know. You could be defensive. You know, you could have a lot of responsibilities that keep you tied down. One of the things that you're struggling with right now is, you know, where you're investing your time. Finding your own prosperity, you know, your own independence and success. What you're doing, what drives you, you know, is kind of a struggle right now. Finding a way. You're looking for something. You're wanting success in something, and here it is again. You know, at the core of you, your energy showing up as going through a burden that's causing some sort of anxiety within you. Fear, anxiety, you know, there's regret and guilt, anguish, you know, mental anguish over something here that, you know, you're transitioning, trying to move to calmer waters. Make sure you're not running away, you know. It's like a calm after the storm is coming, you know, and there you could be feeling very overloaded with things right now and trying to sift through that. What's the Six of Wands over here? The victory is, it blew out in reverse, I just put it up, you learn apathy. You know, maybe there's a sense of self-absorption that you've been in, depression, you know, boredom, nostalgia, and it's just like there's a victory over this mindset, or whatever it is that you're looking for. I think you find it. It's a truth. It's the Queen of Swords. It's a protective, independent, you know, witty, funny principle. There's a new energy that shifts in for you. And what you're looking for is your own truth. What you're looking for is what's your truth. You might know other people's truths or what they stand for, but maybe what's missing is what, you know, if you have stood for something and even you have faltered and failed in your own objectives or areas of life, it's like starting fresh, and it feels like it starts with you, and it looks like he's looking at all of the cups, but the one he's holding is water, which represents emotion, and I can't help but feel like somebody feels emotionally unstable. It says right here, somebody at the core of them is feeling sadness. Why? You know, it shows here from enemies, just bitterness from failure. You know, somebody here who's, you know, has been at a point of exhaustion, incapable to cope. You know, it says curses and rock bottom. I don't know if you fuck with magic. I did see the High Priestess out here. But finding balance, you know, I think that there's a new job or new opportunity that comes in for you that doesn't feel risky. It feels like it meets where you're at. It brings, you know, I'm seeing wishes coming true here. Fulfillment to you. I want to say the worst is over for you. You know, I want to say that you, I will pull your guidance here. But it feels like you are somebody who perhaps has had many other options, but looking at their emotions, and just now, as of late, the last moment, as I pull the Lovers over with the Queen of Pentacles, which is major choices, you know, that you have, romance, unions, desires, shared values that you have with somebody else. You have a mature, grounded female that shows up out here, talking about financial success and independence. What's the Justice over it? What was the Justice about? The Devil. Violence, assault, abuse, addiction, depression, mental health. It's like oppression, and I want to say now it does feel like there's an air of fucking either just really hateful people, really mean people, or an air of magic, somebody trying to stifle or block or stall something, and the wind starts to blow, so I'm going to go with that one. Intuition is easy to tap into when you know yourself and your environment. Wow. In what context? Comes with news and knowledge. So this is going to be an intuitive message. Somebody delivers a message from a higher space. Somebody who sits in a seat of it says traditional values, conformity, marriage, commitment, and it's talking about receiving news. You know, speed. Something's going to go fast here. What is this? What's it about? Moving forward. going to something, doing something, self-confidence, regaining your freedom and success. You're ready. The message is you are fucking ready. And you pass this up. It might just be like a remnant energy that lingers, but it feels like really maybe the mind's just catching up, the body and the mind's catching up to the spirit, is what I want to say. It feels like you were on pause. Whatever that means, you know, you were on pause. You couldn't be on the same timeline. I don't know if there was manipulation here using some sort of fire magic, though, against, you know, a warrior, a victor. It's a good soul lesson here. There is celebration here and things that come together. Things aren't always as they seem. I want to say that. It could be super heavy. You know, it's just like time to put up the armor. It's like even when you sleep, you wear it. It's time to come back to you. And what's under that? You know, what's under that armor? All right, Leo. Well, let's see what your guide's higher self has for you. How we doing on battery? 26? Woo-hoo! An eclipse may hide your light, but not forever. So it does feel like a period of shadow. Perspective is a matter of where you stand. You are a magical being with the universe waiting to assist you. I'm hearing bottom of the deck. This is your time to step up and lead from the soul. Oorah. Reach for your dreams knowing that it's already coming true. When you share a vision and it's you can focus on that vision instead of the fright, you are able to manifest that at a faster rate. And you're envisioning what it would look like, what it would feel like to feel. What is your dream? What do you want for you? You know, sometimes we don't always get to have other people, or it's just not in the cards. It's not destined at that time. It's not the time. There's other lessons that are going on. Generator kicks on as I say that. You know, there's more power needed. Whatever that means. Let's get an angel number. I love you guys. If you guys want a personal read with me, the only way you can get a read with me, and it is first come, first serve, is to email me at angeldynasty33@gmail.com. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. I felt that. You're on a path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. Spiritual awakening. A new beginning is here. You're headed in the right direction. Number 1001. Maybe when you look at the clock, you see 10:01 every morning or every night. You got 0707. Compromise. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there is a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. 0707, Leo. And 1122. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Then, expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. So when you intend for things to come into balance and to be such a way, they will be. I love you guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm going to go pick up my daughter so I can spend time with her. We're going to do a workout, girl. I really want to go down to the water. That sounds so good. Hi, Ash. Love you. Patrice, I love you. Love you, Bill. And I got your message. I didn't get to tell you I love you before I left, and that meant so much to me because that's kind of one thing I do. The people I love and I say I love you to and I care about, it's like every time I get off the phone, I'll say I love you. And that's the thing I always say. I'll always say that. You know, and I know some people who never say it or don't say it to their, I'm like, don't you tell them you love them? And they're like, no. No, it's like, oh, that's like me and my sister saying, you know, that we've always been that way. Nice to be here. Thanks for the Leo reading. Candy, hey, did it resonate with you at all? These are timeless readings, you know. I receive all that love, guys. I do. I receive all that love. I appreciate it. And you know, when you guys leave a comment or a heart emoji or the alien face or whatever and interact with the video, it helps keep me in the algorithm. I am going to be starting a bathroom remodel here, hopefully within the next week or two. So I will be back to doing that for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks. and I'll try to pop in where I can. So I'm trying to get as much content out. So if you guys are interested in a personal read, I will, when I know more, I will shut them down so I can work. Angel Dynasty Master Builder LLC is my general contracting company. I restore, remodel, and build for as a trade. And I own it, and I work for myself, and I love it. I get to create. It's just something I've always been drawn to. I love to build. It's fun, and I like to bring life into people's home and have them happy. Constancy. All right, guys. If you want a personal read, reach out. I offer many different links of videos. I offer videos that also have energy healing. I do a form of my own light weaving and a mix of Reiki. If you are interested in that, you can email me. I offer that. I offer those with readings and multiple links of readings. I most of the time will do for the overall highest good, whatever comes through. But if you have specific questions or we've picked up on something and you want to look into that for the highest good, I will. I ask that only people who truly are wanting to awaken, I'm not the boyfriend, your girlfriend, we'll look into that. But the root of my cause and my channeling here is to help you look into you, to you. Because you're important, because we love you. And without you, this world wouldn't be as bright of a place. And there's many interactions and beautiful things to come for all of us to experience together in whatever way. You guys have been a light in my life, this channel. It's only been a year, but it's been a beautiful year having you guys through my journey and the things that I'm going through as a single mom with 5 kids. I love it. I love where I'm at. Wouldn't regret nothing. Pressure forms diamonds, guys, and sometimes it really sucks. So sometimes, when you do get through it, you're like, wow, that was awesome. Next time, I'm not going to be such a baby back bitch when I'm going through hard times. I'm going to trust a little bit more. When you laugh at yourself, you're like, yeah, I see where I could have showed up more in faith. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Kisses from Idaho.